It's time for Around the Ozarks News, brought to you by the Springfield Greene County Park Board, Kitchen Land USA, and Thompson Sales. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Forhetz.
Hey, good morning to you. Happy Monday. Glad you're with us on a Monday to start the work week. You'll notice I'm with Diana Tyndall again. Hey. She is from Modern Day Marketing, and she is kind enough to be with me this morning.
Well, you've been all by your lonesome, you know.
Yeah,
I thought I'd join you for the last little bit.
Sarah's out of town. You were in Yellowstone on vacation, but now soon everybody's back. But,
yeah, you know it.
And I never get a vacation, so that's how that works.
You're always helping with convoy, going somewhere amazing in the midst of serious weather, I'm sure.
Yeah. Something like that. All right, let's do some news on this Monday. Today marks the start of a special session that we told you about of the Missouri legislature. Governor Kehoe called the special session to do some of the things that lawmakers didn't get to during the regular session, namely a deal to try to keep the Chiefs and the Royals in the state of Missouri. Both teams, as you know, are considering moving to Kansas if Missouri won't give them a good economic deal to stay. The governor's facing some opposition to that idea, actually from both sides of the political aisle for different reasons, so it could be interesting. Also, part of the special session will be to focus on $25 million for disaster recovery following tornadoes that hit St. Louis, one of them an EF3. Very, very, very powerful in an urban area. Doesn't happen all that often.
Wow.
Meanwhile, we now know the state of Missouri will not be helping victims of the tornadoes that hit Southwest Missouri back on May 19th. The state has said it will not help out after the tornadoes that hit in Benton, Henry, and St. Clair counties. Why? Well, the state said many of the homes damaged were second homes and therefore did not qualify for state financial assistance.
So second homes meaning like a vacation
you can afford
home?
2 homes, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's unfortunate, but so it goes. Well, we've experienced some extreme weather over the last couple months. Obviously, we've seen several tornadoes in our area. Then came the rain, lots of it. April and May were the wettest on record in the Ozarks, breaking a record that had been in place for 80 years. So for Springfield specifically, April and May were the third wettest 2-month period on record.
On the plus side of that, my grass is growing and looks really green.
I came back and my tomato plants are 2 feet taller than I left.
I bet.
I'm like,
all it did was rain.
Smokes. Yeah. Well, I didn't have to water while I was gone. So
that's true.
And now is obviously it's hurricane season. Obviously nothing that impacts here in the Ozarks in a big way, but hurricane experts are predicting it to be a worse year than usual. That after back-to-back major hurricanes affected the southeastern coast last fall, hurricane experts are predicting 10 hurricanes with 3 to 5 of them being major category 4 or 5 storms, which is pretty serious. Springfield-based Convoy of Hope still responding to needs of hurricane survivors in North Carolina and stands ready to respond as needed for the hurricane season. I think this can impact people, especially if you have vacation plans. There's a lot of people that do cruises. So just be on the lookout if you're thinking about that.
Yeah, that's true. And June is a really early month. It's just kind of the start to get everybody's attention about hurricane season. Most of the bigger hurricanes don't hit until September, October, even November a little bit. Last year it was late in the season, and then there were 2 in a row, 2 major hurricanes in a row. So that's a big deal for so many people because it affects such a large area, knocks out power and water and all of those things to such a huge swath. Different than a tornado that'll hit a very specific area. Hurricanes are just a different animal altogether. But Convoy is watching it. That's part of my job, is watching it with our disaster response team, talking about the predictions. And I don't know. I don't put too much stock in the predictions. I feel like every year they're like between 5 and 30 storms.
Right.
I could have said that.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see if they get it right this year.
Okay.
Last year was
standing
rough.
by.
Starting today, we mentioned this last week to give you a heads up. Now it's happening starting this morning. Springfield Southside Police Station is open again for walk-ins in the lobby. The station there, located on Battlefield near Scenic, is open Monday through Friday, 7 in the a.m. to 3 in the p.m. That location had been closed to walk-in traffic since COVID, but now, starting this morning, is open.
Okay, well, that's good. Congratulations to local business owner and philanthropist Doug Pitt. He will be honored with a Lifetime Achievement in Business Award from the Springfield Business Journal next month. Pitt founded children's charity Care to Learn, which obviously impacts our school system in a big way here in Springfield. And he owns Pitt Technology Group and Pitt Development Group, and also is Brad Pitt's brother. Can we just say that too?
Is he?
The classic Pitt. You've got to. I feel like you got to talk about Brad sometimes too. I mean,
the kids and I were just watching this weekend. We watched Ocean's 11 and 12.
Good movie.
And I think tonight we're going to try to finish 13.
Okay.
Yeah,
you got it.
They're kind of fun movies. I remembered 11 being a lot better. When I watched it, many, many years later, it seemed a little slow for a good caper. I like a good caper movie. But anyway, it's got all the stars in it, including Brad.
I think there are any of those casino action movies. Oh my goodness, they're so good. Yeah. But did you see the Northern Lights last night, Ethan?
I did not. I heard about them.
Okay. Well, apparently tonight could be another night we get to see them here in the Ozarks. Yeah. We usually don't get opportunities this far south because of a big solar storm on the sun. We are getting a chance to experience the Aurora I can't say that word. Borealis. Aurora Borealis. I can say the first part. I can't say the second. This is why you're the news anchor and I'm not. But the last time we could see the Northern Lights was May of last year. So make sure you take a peek. After the sun goes down is when they show up?
Yeah, it'll be fairly late. It's got to be pretty dark. And if you're in Springfield, there may be too much light pollution, as they call it.
Oh yeah.
If you're out in the country, though, I bet you can see them. Get away from the trees a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's neat because it had been, I think last year we had a chance and everybody took pictures. It's weird how your phone can see them better than your eye.
Yeah. I noticed that the last time they were here and people had beautiful photos and I went and I'm like, I see nothing.
Well, you should have taken a photo. You would have seen it.
Yeah, apparently. Now I know.
The camera spots it better than your naked eye does. But prior to last year, the last time we had a chance to see the Northern Lights, Aurora Borealis, was back in like 2005. So it doesn't happen very often.
Aurora Borealis. Okay,
there you go. You got it. Just bluff your way through it.
Say it with confidence.
Right.
Aurora Borealis.
Oh, you got it. You got it. Boy, what a weekend. I don't know if you saw this or not. You were out of town, so you probably didn't. But what a weekend for Nixa's Jackson Cantwell. The football star is also a shot put star, like big time. And everybody knew that already. But he walked away with his state championship, setting a personal best as well as a brand new Missouri state record. And get this, he missed a national high school record, all-time record, by 1 centimeter.
Oh, no.
He launched, I saw a video of it. He launched this shot put almost past the boundary. Like they had like where the normal guys are, where you can land, where they measure. And then they had up here was like the fence, and he hit like right at the base of the fence.
Everybody duck.
Yeah. There was one guy behind the fence who did. He went, it was funny.
My word. That's
so
remarkable.
He ended up winning the state championship by more than 15 feet.
Unbelievable.
Oh, it is unbelievable.
Way to go.
Of course, the kid's 6'8", 320 pounds, a lot of muscle. He's a junior at Nixa. He was born to Olympic shot putter parents.
Well, there you go.
It helps.
Just that for sure. And he's got another year, right? He's a junior, so
this is it. He's going to graduate early. He's going to graduate in December and then head to the University of Miami. He's the #1 football recruit in the country, and he's committed to the Canes down in the university, the U as they call it. So he'll be playing football down there. But he could be an Olympian in the shot put. Who knows?
For sure. Yeah, you hear that, cool. Olympic committee?
Yeah. Be cool to follow in the footsteps of his parents. I'm sure it'll depend on football and how that goes and what he's able to do, but I'd like to see it.
15 feet. I keep thinking of how hard that would be to like launch that metal ball that far.
Well, it's 15 feet past second place.
Oh yeah. So
it was like 75 feet.
That's insane.
It, it is insane. It is insane.
Well,
yeah, look up the
there you
video.
go,
You'll find it.
Okay.
Meanwhile, the Ozarks Lunkers are now 1-0 in the second season of theirs in the Arena Football League. Good for them. They beat the St. Joseph Goats in a high-scoring season opener over the weekend at Wilson Logistics Arena at the Ozark Empire Fairgrounds. Final 54-50. So very high-scoring game. A lot of fun in that Arena Football League. The Lunkers will play again on Saturday in Eau Claire, Wisconsin.
Okay. Well, some local football players got to learn from a star from the Kansas City Chiefs over the weekend. Isaiah Pacheco attended a football camp at Springfield Catholic and got to work with hundreds of kids who attended. The running back missed 9 games with a fractured leg last season, but made it back for the Super Bowl. And I bet he just made all those kids' days. That's awesome. I
drove by Friday night. I was on 65 and I drove by Catholic, and there were cars everywhere.
Not
every
a parking spot to be found.
No, there wasn't. Side of the road, all up and down. It was everywhere.
I mean, he's so fun to watch
Yeah.
obviously not when he's injured, but wow, that's awesome. Well, also, if you have a young fisherman in the family, you will want to know about this on Saturday in Branson. It is the Missouri Department of Conservation Kids Fishing Day. It'll be from 9 to noon at the Shepherd of the Hills Fish Hatchery in Branson. Take your kids fishing and bring their own fishing poles. Worms will be provided, and it is free for kids 15 and under.
That's great. My boy would love that. He's past that now. He's a pretty good fisherman. So I think this is for
it wouldn't be fair.
I'm guessing first timers,
right? It wouldn't be fair to all the other amateur.
He could help be an instructor. He went to last year about this time. He went to a fly fishing camp in Arkansas, where he learned how to fly fish. Caught the biggest fish at the camp, so he got a replica made of it, for his wall.
Wow.
He's got a tie flying set up right over here where he ties flies in the basement. So he could be an instructor. It's fun.
That's amazing. Yeah. Way to go, man.
I don't know where he gets it. Not from me. Hey, maybe not her either. Father's Day is coming up. We have a couple of contests. One of them is about Father's Day, but we have a couple of contests that you can enter to win all this week. One father in our Father's Day contest is going to win a 4-pack of tickets to your St. Louis Cardinals against their all-time rival, the Chicago Cubs, at Busch Stadium, Saturday, August 9th. And that is thanks to our friends at 105.1 The Bull, which, of course, is your radio home to the St. Louis Cardinals. In addition to that, if that's not enough, if a 4-pack of tickets to the Cardinals-Cubs game isn't enough, we also are going to give you a $50 gift certificate to Jim's Steakhouse and Pub, okay? Mm-hmm. Yeah, all you do is go to aroundtheozarks.com to enter. It's a great Father's Day gift that we are giving away. Go to aroundtheozarks.com.
Very cool. And then the second contest, it kicks off next week with Adventure Seekers Branson. So stay tuned for this. I guess each week in June, they're giving away a 4-pack of tickets to Adventure Seekers Branson, where there is over 150 interactive exhibits and games. So arcades, VR, immersive challenges for all ages, lots of fun stuff. The Fly Ride, multi-sensory flight adventure. You can soar over 22 iconic destinations in a full motion ride with wind and mist and scents. I'm sure your senses will be on overboard. Wow. And then fully indoor and climate controlled. So it's nice for the hotter summer months we've got coming up. So each week in June. So stay tuned. You can, I'm sure, go to aroundtheozarks.com to learn more and to enter.
I've seen video from that place. I haven't been, but it looks super, super cool for the kids.
Yeah.
And adults.
They have so many fun things in Branson. When we were out of town, people were like, Springfield, what's in Springfield? I was like, you're 45 minutes from Branson, and we have the most amazing aquarium in Springfield. So
true.
Come and visit.
And the granddaddy of all outdoor sports shops. That's right.
For sure.
Yeah. You got it all. I'm glad you were selling Springfield while you were out and about.
I was. I'm like, you're here. You might as well see it all.
Where were you? Yosemite? Right?
We were in Yellowstone and the Grand Tetons. It was amazing. If you've never been out there, you need to go. You need at least a week, and you're off grid. So it's really good if you have teenagers that need to get off their devices.
Yeah, no doubt. Now, did you go to Yellowstone? I don't know why. I was thinking you were
Yeah.
at Yosemite. Sarah was at Yosemite. That's why I thought that.
Oh, yeah.
Did you go to Yellowstone because of the show?
Because of the show? Oh, that show. I was thinking because of Around the Ozarks told me about it.
The same name? No,
No, I need to watch that series. I hear it's really good. I watched like one episode and it kind of put me to sleep, so I need to give it another shot. But no, I went as a kid and hadn't been back, and my husband and our two kids had not been. So
okay.
We saw it, and we saw so many fun things. We saw obviously Old Faithful. We saw
that's cool.
A baby bison. Do you know what they're called?
Baby bison?
No, they are not. They're called red dogs.
Oh, really?
Not funny. Red dogs. Yeah. And I guess you can only see them in May and June, and then they grow up like little adolescent bison and don't look as cute. It's like a baby cow.
Ah.
Yeah. They're pretty cute. So that was really
precious.
neat. We saw some grizzly, and we saw,
You saw grizzly?
Oh, yeah.
From a distance?
Yeah. Yeah. It was, we saw two grizzly.
Binoculars?
No, you did not need
naked eye. Wow.
Naked eye. Cold. Yeah. I got some good vid. It was eating well, maybe the Ozarks doesn't want to hear this, but anyways, it was eating something and it dragged it. It was really entertaining. And the people with the telescopic lenses are like, there's blood on its mouth. Now, I couldn't see that with my phone, but it was really cool.
Wow.
I mean, you're in nature, and you just need to know if there's a bunch of cars pulled over, pull over, because there's something going on that's exciting.
Well, we want to do that. We keep not planning it. So we need to plan it for next year about this time for sure, because before the kids get too old and out of the house, we want to go do that, because I've never been out there either. And either
well, I have a great itinerary. You're welcome to have it.
We'll snag it. That sounds great. All right. Hey, thanks for filling in for Sarah. Sarah should be back tomorrow morning, Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. And she's got a story for you about what she's been doing this weekend. Yeah.
Amazing.
Escape from Alcatraz. That's on tomorrow's Around the Ozarks news broadcast. Thank you for being with us tonight or this morning. And we will see you right back here tomorrow morning. Have a good Monday.
Bye.
It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, sponsored by Command Family Medicine and Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to your Monday, the first full week of the new month of June. We are waking up with clear skies and temperatures in the low 60s this morning. It is a comfortable start, and indeed, it's going to be a beautiful summer-like day in the Ozarks. A little bit of that haze left in the sky from the smoke from wildfires up in Canada. It does kind of make it look a little bit hazy outside, even though we don't have much cloud cover to speak of. That will hang around today. What we also have this week is more storm activity. And unfortunately, there's another flooding risk as we head into the new work week. That's really going to take the headline here. Today, we have clear skies, high temperatures in the mid 80s, 86 for that high temperature in Springfield today. So overall, it's a nice summer-like day. You can hop in the pool. You may need a way to cool off if you're going to be outdoors today. Winds turning out of the south. That happens later today at 5 to 10 miles an hour. And as we look at the big weather map across the country, what's happening is a stationary boundary is going to drape across many of our counties, and it will provide this area where several rounds of showers and thunderstorms are going to be able to ramp up and get going this week, really beginning as early as tomorrow. Today, much of the heavy rain and severe thunderstorm activity is going to be focused well up to our northwest, all the way from southwest Minnesota back through Nebraska, portions of Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas also expecting the severe storms today. And then this active pattern, it returns for the Ozarks as we head into tomorrow. Lasts Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, even Saturday of this weekend, I see the opportunity for showers and thunderstorms. So there will be this daily chance for rain and storms back in the forecast, and it does come with at least some threat for severe weather and excessive rainfall. I think on Tuesday, the threat for excessive rain is going to be all the way from central Missouri back up through the northwestern Ozarks, basically areas along and north of I-44, all the way down into portions of Oklahoma and Kansas. There's also a chance that a few of these storms have the potential to produce some severe weather, along with heavy rain and flash flooding. There could be some hail and some high winds in some of the heaviest thunderstorms that do develop on Tuesday. I expect this daily chance for thunderstorms is going to lead to a flooding threat in the Ozarks, and this could become a problem. it's already very saturated. You know, just from 2 weeks ago, the holiday weekend, we had way too much water in the Ozarks, and it has meant that the ground is now saturated. We have river levels, lake levels, streams, everything is up. Water levels are high in the Ozarks, and we may not have all the space that we need for the rain that is to come. This week alone, from Tuesday through Saturday, I'm expecting anywhere from 3 to 6 inches of additional rainfall. That could lead to some issues for us here in the Ozarks in the terms of flooding. And there's also that chance for severe storms, as I mentioned for you. That's Tuesday heading into early Wednesday. The real setup here is this stalled frontal boundary. It's setting up draped across the Ozarks, and it's going to bring this daily rain chance for us. With the possibility of these repeated rounds of rain, flooding will be a concern, particularly for locations that received some of the heavy rain last week. So if you're thinking, uh-oh, that was me, or I experienced flooding, this is going to be a system that you're going to want to watch, because I think we're going to see the conditions worsen this week with additional rainfall in the forecast. It's also very active across the country as we begin the new work week. There's a warming trend for the east, while much warmer temperatures are spreading from the Rockies into the northern and central plains. We've got heavy rains across portions of south central Florida today. That is making some national news headlines, and the same storm system that will eventually impact us starting tomorrow is also producing some widespread heavy rain and a flooding risk that's happening for the central plains, and then that will sink south into the mid-Mississippi Valley as we head into tomorrow. So we are not out of the headlines. In fact, I think we may make some national news headlines with some of the flooding conditions that we may see later this week. All right, it's time for the Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister trivia question that I had for you last week. Here it is. Which storm name has been used most often for the first named tropical storm of the Atlantic hurricane season? This is since 1950. Do you think it's A, Alvin, B, Arlene, C, Alberto, or D, Arthur? And I know I told you about Arthur just last week off of the Mexico West Coast. However, the one most frequently used has been B, Arlene. Now, hurricanes began getting names in 1950, so that's why the question asked since 1950. The Weather Bureau began using the phonetic alphabet to name these storms. The storm with the most appearances so far is Arlene, which has appeared 10 times in 1959, 63, 67, 71, 81, 87, 93, 99, 2005, and 2011. And then again, in 2017, it often gets picked because it's first, A, the start of the alphabet. So now you know. Congrats if B, Arlene, was your guess. Here is your next chance to win. Which hurricane holds the record for the highest wind speed ever recorded in the Atlantic? Do you think it is A, Hurricane Katrina in 2005, B, Hurricane Wilma in 2005, C, Hurricane Irma in 2017, or D, Hurricane Dorian in 2019? Which hurricane holds the record for the highest wind speed ever recorded in the Atlantic? You can let me know your guess. That is at aroundtheozarks.com. Thank you so much for starting off your new week with us here at Around the Ozarks. And I want to thank our sponsors, Command Family Medicine and Taylor Gruboff Chevrolet. Have a fantastic day today. Enjoy the warmth and the sunshine and the dry day. Maybe the only one we get all week long. I'll be back to chat with you on Tuesday more about that flooding, rain, and severe weather heading back to the Ozarks.